Bad afternoon, Raider Nation. It's your boy, Mikey Raider, coming to you in heartbreak. This is the Postgame Aftermath Show. I am your host, Mikey Raider. Hopefully today's technology works. It says my internet ain't doing so well, so who knows? I paid the bill, I promise you. Hey, today we're going to talk about facts, not feelings. There's a lot going on, y'all. There is a lot going on within the Raiders organization, within the fan base, and it doesn't seem to want to stop. It doesn't seem to want to get better. So, consider every Monday your therapy session with me, Mikey Raider. Lord knows I am one of the most emotional Raider fans out there. Hence why I do not stream the reaction of the game live, because I have a heart attack and my stress and everything goes wild. And sometime, I think it was a year or two ago, after watching a Raider game, I literally went to the hospital. I thought I was having a heart attack. So that's why I don't go live during the game like some other, broadcasters. And I used to do post-game reviews right after the game. I'd rap if we won, and I'd yell if we didn't. And again, those were stressful because the truth is, I just wanted to get it over with, and I wanted to watch Sunday Night Football to calm my heart down, my throat down, my everything else that was going wild. So if you guys need a reprieve, which it seems like we are going to need every week from our Raiders, consider my Monday afternoons anywhere between 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock. I will go live every Monday after the game. Or if we have a Monday game, I'll go live on Tuesday after the game, the same time. Consider this therapy. Consider this therapy, guys. Some of you like my views, understand it. A lot of you hated me, thought I was negative all the time, which I was. It's hard to find the positive in a negative truth. And that's the problem. People didn't think the Raiders were negative. They didn't think the coach was negative. They didn't think everything was negative. But it's now truth. It's now becoming facts. And that's what we're going to deal with on today's therapy session. The post-game aftermath show. Facts are going to be exposed. And I'm not talking statistical facts. We can get into those. But I didn't do my research today. I don't need to do my research. I don't need to be one of those people. Hey, let me show you the stats and the Josh DeBow and the this and the that. I don't have to be a Hondo Carpenter because I'm the OG Raider. Okay? All of you are too. But I'm included in your gang. I am the OG Raider. Okay? I know everything that's going on. I have a good feel on this team. I've made reports about the Raiders these past 2 or 3 weeks talking about we have no heart. It was all taken away. And it's become fact. We're going to expose facts today. We're also going to talk about how they can fix it, if they can. I mean, is this leak too damaged? Are they losing the locker room? We're going to discuss that on today's show. Please get your comments in there. Let me say hello. And let's get this show started. By the way, please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member. I know I don't have constant exclusive content, but your membership supports me a month, like $2 or $3, buys me a taco, lets me know you love me. And I do love tacos. And I could appreciate your membership. And also hit that thumbs up, that like, share the videos, comment on the videos. Get this chat room popping. Let's get it popping. Not only with hatred, some damn solutions. Let's get some damn solutions. Truth is, we know how to fix it. But do they? Apparently not. Frankie, my boy, is online. I love you, Frankie. Always supporting, always donating, always being a friend, sending me t-shirts. I love you, Frankie. You're in my fantasy leagues. Say hello, Raider Nation. And Frankie's like, I didn't get the alert. Well, here's what you guys didn't know. Last week's live show got copywritten. So I am on the YouTube announcement page where they're probably not sending alerts. Why did last week's show get copywritten? For video footage? Did I show any video footage? Well, I showed the press conference of Josh McDumbbutt for a little bit and I reacted to it. But that's fair critique and commentary. No, guess what got copyrighted on my last show? You know the intro that we just had right now? Maybe some of y'all saw it, where the music is playing in the background and it has a timer that goes 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, and then you hopefully start the show at 1. That literally got copywritten. That's right, as video footage of a judo championship. That's right. YouTube flagged my video, said the $2 that I might make on the video, all the money goes to that judo championship company. So I looked at the time and I was like, where's the judo championship? Then it said from 001, meaning 1 second of the video, to 1 minute and like 35 seconds. And I had that timer loop that entire minute and a half. And that's what was copywritten. I can fight it. I can click there and say, what? That is not even a judo championship. But that creates a legal fight with whatever that company is, whatever that person is within YouTube. We all know what happened to my channels if I fight a copyright strike. Y'all know what happens. Y'all know. So I didn't fight it. But luckily, YouTube has the editing equipment to where I can cut out that minute and a half that is supposedly copywritten by a judo championship, and I cut it out. Then it came back to being monetized, and maybe I can make $1 or $2 besides the donations. And then a day after it came back monetized, I got it again. That's right. I got a copyright again from the judo championship. Now for footage when I was showing Josh McDaniels. Not even from the Raiders. It was the same judo company that claimed that video where I'm reacting to it. But I couldn't cut it out now this time because that segment is like 30 minutes of me reacting to Josh McDaniels. So I couldn't cut it out to get it monetized again. So long story short, the only money I made was from the donations that you guys gave me. But the truth is, YouTube sends those donations to the judo championship people. So I had the timer in today's video. I'm hoping I don't get flagged by the judo championship people. And I hope that I get the donations from the last video. I hope it doesn't go to the judo championship people, but I will not know till I get the statement next month or in the middle of this month, and we'll find out. All right, I'm done talking about it. It's a painful subject. I love you. Let's move on. But I just wanted to give you guys an insight into what happens on my channels and sometimes why I don't want to go live or do anything, because it just almost every video gets flagged for, you know, bad words or this or that, or you say the wrong thing. And I only make, what did I make this past month on this channel? I made, it's at $158. And that's including donations. That's not a lot of money for a month. But I only do 2 or 3 videos a week. But still, that's $150 that I really need in my life. But thank you guys very much. Thank you, Frankie, for buying me a taco. All right, guys. What's up, True Raider? What's up, not available? Couldn't find it for a while. Again, I'm probably on the algorithm, man. What's up, True Raider? They're suppressing your voice. Well, can you guys hear me right now? I mean, officially with the microphone? I don't know what you're trying to say. But in general, you're saying they're suppressing my voice. I appreciate you. You used to be a big channel. Again, I lost that channel. I talked about it. There's copyright and NFL lawsuits versus the Raiders, and it was tough. What's up, Ponde Colima? What's up, Darth Raider? All right, let's go. Let's get it started. So the truth is, many of you are friends or fans of mine, whatever the case may be, and I appreciate it. But for the majority of other people that really don't chime in or whatever, they watch these post-game shows or reactions because they want to see somebody talking about how they're feeling. They want their opinions and their points to be valid. And they want to hear the same voice that they have in their head. And hopefully I can give that to some of you guys. You're not all going to agree with me. You're not all going to like my opinions. And today we're going to have a doozy regarding Aiden O'Connell. Because today's show is about facts, not feelings. I'm going to call out everybody, and I'm going to give the facts as the OG Raider knows them. Okay? These are facts, not feelings. I'm done with my feelings. My feelings were last week. My feelings were the month before. My feelings were all of last year. Now, y'all just need to look at the facts. And we need to move forward from the facts, not the feelings. Let me get it on screen, the stats. Let's go over the stats from today's game. Let's see if I can add up that little banner they call it, so everybody knows what I'm talking about. Then we're going to get into my notes. We're going to do a facts, not feelings, and a review of the coach, the players, and we might look at some fantasy football that I'm playing. I don't know. Let's get on into it. All right, how do I get this on screen? I add the stage. Let me change the video up. Hopefully y'all can see it. All right, the Raiders lose 24-17. Wasn't even that close of a game. And unfortunately, we had to try to win in the end. We had to win in the end, like every week. What's up, All Eyes on G? Love you, brother. What's up, Raider Trav? Nice to see you. I don't know what I just opened up there. Where's my mouse? There it is. And again, it wasn't a good game. It wasn't a good game. Truth be told, none of us expected us to win. I mean, let's be honest. The experts didn't predict the Raiders to win. I even made a game prediction where we won by 1 point. But if y'all know me, if I put the game that close, 25, 24, 26, 25, whatever my prediction was, that means it's 50-50, and I don't really trust the Raiders to win. Raiders are now 1-3. The Chargers are 2-2. They had a lot of players missing that didn't play. They lost their starting center. They lost Joey Bosa. They lost one of their safeties. They lost their star-studded wide receiver, and they still scored 24 points versus the Raiders. And for the fourth time this year, we cannot score over 17 points in any game. The Raiders are now averaging 15.5 points a game. Coming into this week, we were averaging 15 points on offense, so we improved a half a point. We are now averaging 15.5 points on offense. Those are facts. Ever since Josh McDaniel has taken over this team as an offensive guru, we have regressed. That's right. When he took over the team that season with Rich Bisaccia, Gruden, and everybody else, we were averaging 26 points a game. Under the McDaniels regime, this entire time, we are averaging 22 and a half points a game over his 21 games. 22 and a half on average. So we were averaging 25 and a half before him with Gruden, and now the offensive genius has brought us down. But we've added amazing players, and we had the all-time or yearly rushing leader. Those are facts, y'all. Josh McDaniels facts. All right, let's look at the passing first downs. The Raiders had 12. That's amazing. We had 22 total first downs over the Chargers 16. By these stats, we should be winning. Oh, it's all the penalties, Mikey. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that crap. Rushing first down, 7 and 7. Third down efficiency. Well, we were 1 for 11. That is less than 10%. That is less than 10%. They are 5 for 15. They're at least in the 30-40% range. Fourth down efficiency, though, we are 3 for 3. That's weird. Third down, we get 10%, less than 10%. Fourth down, we are 3 for 3. Very interesting. Difference of play calling? Total yards, couldn't get over 300 in total. Even with a good Jacobs game catching the ball out of the backfield, they had 305. We had 11 drives. They had 12. Passing yards, 188. We held Justin Herbert to 150 yards. Oh, my. We're going to win that game. Things that make you go, Well, truth be told, Justin Herbert probably broke his finger in the third quarter. And I'm not saying the defense didn't play better. Forgive me, guys. I'm not saying the defense didn't play better because they held them scoreless the entire second half. But could that have been a product that they have a crap running back in Josh Kelly without Austin Eckler? Could that be the progress of him breaking his finger and him worried about it where we held him scoreless? Or is it that our defense is just that good? We had an interception in the game. That's beautiful. I'm not going to talk about individual plays and everything because it all correlates with a win or a victory. Look at this. 7 sacks. Who were the sacks by? A former Raider? No. Yeah, it was. Khalil Mack had 6 sacks. That's right. And he even joked about the Raiders after the game in a post-game interview. You can check it out on Willie's channel. He does an excellent job of coagulating the news. Wi-Fi Willie Raiders. Check him out. Khalil Mack is laughing, and then he said that he held the ball. Number 4 held the ball, and he held it longer than the other number 4 that used to play for the Raiders. So, even Khalil Mack is saying, I didn't get there quick enough. But number 4 held the ball too long. That's a running theme. Khalil Mack had 6 sacks. Their team had 7. Now, I do not know the official numbers. I'm just throwing out a guess. But in this one game, probably equals the same amount of sacks the Raiders have had this entire year. We might have had 8 or 9. I can look it up if I want to. If you know the answer, let me know in the chat room. But they had 7 sacks, and we probably have had less this entire year all around. Or it might be 7 or 8. But still, in one game, they possibly equaled the total that we've had in 4 games. Pretty shit sick. Pretty sick to think about. You're right. That's what I just said, all eyes, about Khalil Mack. That he said we held onto the ball a little bit too long. All right, we had 23 rushing attempts. Yards per rush, well, we went up in average. We were averaging like under 2. We went up to 3.3 per rush. And we were in the red zone 2 times. And we only scored on, I guess, probably 2 of those times because we were 2 out of 5. They were 3 out of 4. And even with Joshua Kelly, they had a 4.2 average. Now, everybody wants to complain about the quarterback that shall not be named. I'm not here to do comparisons all day. I do not care. But I'm just letting y'all know that the red zone deficiencies might have also been not only by the quarterback that shall not be named, might have been by the play calling in those said situations by our coach or coordinator. So for all the blame that has been placed on our quarterback that we're not allowed to talk about, the facts are now revealing themselves. That it's not all him on every occasion. Because even our another number 4 had to deal with some of the bad play calls in that red zone and struggled as well as throwing interceptions. So people, get it through your effing skull. It's not all the quarterback's fault that shall not be named. The facts are being exposed. And now your guys' eyes are open, like many of ours were the past year. We lost 2 fumbles by the number 4. We're going to critique his game a little bit later. And we held the time of possession, yet we were down by every measure of the score. We held the time of possession. We won it by a good margin, and yet we were down points at every narrative in that game. That makes you think. Why in every game of Josh McDaniels' regime is it either we take the lead, then we take our foot off the pedal, and then we end up losing or barely winning? That was the narrative last year. The narrative this year is we got a better draft class. We got better players. We got rid of the cancer of the quarterback that shall not be named. We got a better locker room. We got a good first round pick. We got a good second round pick. We got a good third round pick. That's the narrative this year. Yet we are even worse than we were last year. Those are facts. The narrative last year was that we took the lead, took our foot off the gas pedal, and either won, barely won, or lost in the end. That narrative has been flip-flopped. We are now losing in games, having to fight our way back and try to win in the end like teams did last year. But teams last year fought back from our lead and they ended up winning in the end. We cannot do that. We don't have the built for it. We don't have the trust. We don't have the respect to our coaches and everybody. Everybody is like this now, whether it be with Dave Ziegler, McDaniels, Mark Davis, whoever. They're like this. I see you. I don't know what you're doing. I don't like it, but I see you. And then the fan base has turned. And of course, they read our tweets, they watch our shows. Not all of them, but they all do in some sense of the word. Now, we even got reporters, stool pigeon reporters that were Josh McDaniels stands, realizing everything and now turning on McDaniels. But they, to their credit, they're pointing out facts, not feelings. And I appreciate that. And we got the dates. That's a reference to the promotion of the games and all that other stuff. When they have to promote happiness for our team. Michael Hernandez said, rap about the Raiders sucking. I might do that. We are trash with this coach. What's up, Frost? We finally got a turnover on defense. That's right, Danny boy. Again, we are just showing facts, y'all. So let me see if I can get the. Yeah, I don't know how to do all this stuff. Whatever. I don't care how much Josh Jacobs had. He looked better in the passing game because Aiden O'Connell was starting to, throw the ball early and often to Josh Jacobs out of the backfield. All right, let's just talk about the game. Because we're done with the review. I'm not going to get into each little play, interception, the penalties. I don't care. I really don't, y'all. We'll get into my game notes in a second. But, this is a facts not feeling game review. And Hondo Carpenter, again, I don't like quoting this guy as saying something intelligent. Because, he always tried to put a positive spin on everything. And he seemed like Josh McDaniels' spokesperson. And I'm just tired of it. But like I said, the last week or so, he's changed, boy. He's flipped. And that's because he's a fan. He says he's not a fan, but he is a fan. And he's got thousands of subscribers from the fans. And now he's just got to start telling the truth instead of giving Josh McDaniels a spin. But he said if you're coaching it, or the great Nick Saban said to Hondo, if you're allowing it, you're coaching it. That's what he said. So Jerry Tillery gets a penalty. Look, I liked his passion. I liked him hitting Justin Herbert pretty hard. Did I like that it was out of bounds? No. Did I like that he got kicked out? No. But as a Raider fan, as a legacy fan, I enjoyed that hit. I loved it. I feel the defense needs a spark, and if that was the spark to lead them to a victory, to playing better, which it might have been, that might have been the play that broke his finger. If it's broken or sprained, I do not know. But I loved that hit. Okay? It didn't help our team. I get that. But it could have. It might have. They went down and scored on that penalty, so they took a lead or whatever. But as a Raider fan, knowing what our defense is, I freaking love that hit. That feels like a Max Crosby legacy feeling hit of Raiders of yesteryear, where we don't give a damn about penalties. We're going to go down and bust your freaking mouth. But in today's NFL, you can't do that. I understand that. But you know what? I freaking love that hit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Knowing what our defense needs, a spark, I loved it. Now, the referees got back at us with that Jacoby Myers crackback block. Yeah, I didn't see no back turned to that player. It wasn't a crackback. Looked like a front block to me, not a back crack block. Hey, but who am I? Who am I? Then there was a push off by one of their receivers, in my opinion, but his arm was underneath the other player's arm, Jacorian Bennett's arm, and they didn't really see the push off because all they could see is Jacorian Bennett's arm with the wide receiver's arm back here pushing off. Again, the Raiders not only have to fight themselves, they have to fight referees in every game. Max Crosby was held. I saw Tyree Wilson held in this game. That's right. And we're going to have some things to say about Tyree Wilson in a minute. But I saw him being held as well. And again, that could be on every play. Michael Hernandez, he needed that hit. You're dang right. What's the number, Fluffy, to call in the show? I don't have a phone line at the moment for the show. They took it off of my Google Voice. Forgive me. I didn't update it. I didn't do my stuff. They took it off. But I can get it back. Maybe for next week. I got to put in some work, guys, for you guys. I got to make a better show. I got to figure out a way to get you guys involved. But problem is, I don't know when I go live. I don't know if I'm feeling good. I need to get you guys on the show to talk. I got a lot more to do, man. My apologies. Yeah, you want to talk about that big play at the end? All right, let's just bring that up. Again, there's so many things that happened in this game that we could talk about. Let's just look at the overall picture. And let's look at my notes in a minute. Yeah, we'll look at my notes. And we'll talk about it. But I just wanted to say that coming off of last week's game, Josh McDaniels was supposed to fix some things. We all know about his egomaniacal nature. We all know that he doesn't want to build a game plan or a strategy to players' skill sets, to their poise, to their abilities. We all know that. He wants to do it his way or the highway, the Patriot way, the Bill Belichick way. He doesn't want to ingratiate players. He doesn't want to be a part of their lives. Basically, he wants to lead from the sidelines. But you can't be a leader until you get to know people. You can't be a real leader and respected until you open up yourself to those people. And this is just the facts. These are not the feelings. The Raider players don't give a damn about Josh McDaniels. They've already seen what they've seen. Now he is just a coach going through the motions, and whatever he's doing, he's doing. They don't give a damn about Josh McDaniels. But they are professionals, and they're going to toe the line. They're not going to speak up because Josh McDaniels got rid of the people that technically speak up or that go against him in the locker room. He got rid of those people. People that didn't kiss his butt, didn't do exactly everything he said, how he wanted it. He got rid of them, thinking they were the problem. I just got to get my guys in here. I just got to get my people. Look, Derek Carr, I believed in him. I trusted him. Oh, sorry, I can't say that name. The quarterback that shall not be named, I believed in him. I trusted him. You know what? He's no Tom Brady. You know? Yeah, I don't like this guy anymore. He's not doing what I say. He's not doing the game plan. Every once in a while, he's calling plays, changing things up. He doesn't believe in me. Man, let's get rid of him. All right, let's bring in Jared Stidham, the quarterback I had for 3-4 years previous. He's my guy. Let's see what we got in him. Yeah. Let's get rid of him at the end of the season. Let's trade him to an AFC rival where they can learn the playbook. Smart decision, McDaniels. We got Tom Brady on the back burner. It doesn't matter if we get rid of Derek Carr. I'm sorry, the quarterback session I'll be named. We got Tom Brady. Oh, Tom Brady's retiring? Damn it, how dare you, Tom? All right, Who can I go out and get? I can get that quarterback that keeps getting kicked off of the 49ers for basic gameplay, game manager. I can bring out that game manager. Okay. Bad decision. Now, the decision to start AOC. We got to talk about that in a minute. I'm going to look at my notes right now. I'm going to get into that. Just a lot of bad decisions, guys, from our coach. And everybody knows it now, and they're not getting better. They're not getting better, guys. They're not getting better. Can't be a leader if you're a clown. I love that. I love that. I love that. All right, guys, let's check out my game notes. Let me get this banner off again. Just there's so much in my head, and I'm probably going to forget to say a lot of things. Forgive me, guys. But I talk too much normally. But maybe you guys enjoyed my segment last week where I wrote in a notepad during the game while I was watching it, having a heart attack. I wrote down some notes, but this week I did it basically on my Twitter timeline. So let's go through my Twitter timeline and let's get my notes on screen. All right. So that was my Raiders versus Chargers preview tweet. And again, I wish it was in dark mode for you guys. Forgive me. So I found out that I predicted Tyree Wilson to get his first sack in the game. I figured with a possibly injured Max Crosby that Tyree Wilson would be featured a lot more. Maybe they would have moved Tyree Wilson around the line as well as they did Max Crosby. And none of that happened. I didn't see any changes. And we'll get into the Tyree Wilson in a minute. But the news came out late Saturday afternoon after I made that video that Jimmy G was officially not going to play. Okay. So how do you bring up these tweets in closeness? There we go. Jimmy G was officially not going to play. So Jimmy G is not playing, I wrote. So I will predict and say that it's Hoyer that starts. Either way, win or lose, even more will be revealed about this team by Sunday night. Will it be a victory Monday or a manic Monday? And that's what it is. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it were Sunday. That's my fun day. Till the Raiders play. And why did I predict Hoyer to start? Well, every Josh McDaniels decision-making has pointed to the fact that Aiden O'Connell is not his backup. Every situation has pointed to that. They didn't dress Aiden O'Connell for the first 3 games. He was not labeled as the backup. So why, in all honesty, should Aiden O'Connell get that shot? Because he looked good in preseason? Because that's all that Raider Nation has to hand to lean on? Is the pride and the poise of a future quarterback, a future number 4, looking better than the other number 4? Yes, that's what damn Raider Nation thinks. And a 4th round pick that was forced to wear that number 4 in a spiteful move by Josh McDaniels, and I don't care what y'all say. Aiden O'Connell proved he did not pick that number. They gave it to him in a spiteful nature. I don't care what you say. That's what happened by Josh McDaniels. Plus, Josh McDaniels wanted everybody to visually see a number 4 on the field and kind of think about if the other quarterback was their favorite player. They wanted to say, oh, in a weird way, a psychological way, oh, number 4 is still there. Number 4 is still there, even if he's not. So if Aiden O'Connell plays good, everybody will be, who cares about the other number 4? Who cares about the other number 4? Then if Aiden O'Connell plays bad, well, number 4 always plays bad for the Raiders. Whatever player plays number 4. Again, it's psychological things that I do believe Josh McDaniels does to spite people or to get a little jab in, because he can't do it publicly. So he has to do these little indirect moves. It is that shady, patriot, evil way of deceitment and treatment that infected our team. And Mark Davis let it in. But why didn't Hoyer get the start? Let's talk about that. All facts led to him getting the start. Raider fans didn't want that. Again, we didn't want that. We wanted the pride, the poise. We wanted the future excitement of another number 4 because he was trotted out there in the preseason and he looked really, really good against third stringers. He looked like a backup, basically a good backup quarterback in the league, but against third stringers. He is not a starting caliber quarterback at this point. And that's facts, not feelings. Doesn't mean he doesn't have the capability. It's just facts, not feelings. But he is promising looking. And for Raider Nation, that's one of the things we haven't had to look forward to in many years. In many years. So I understand the excitement. I get it. But it's a little bit of false excitement coming from McDaniels and the regime. And that's why the false excitement led to McDaniels starting Aiden O'Connell to please the fans. Here's my tweet. All experts and rumors, this is that morning, all experts and rumors are saying Aiden O'Connell to start, which I enjoy for the excitement as a fan, as we just spoke about. But it just made me realize even more that Josh McDaniels gives up on his guys. He came into this team. I want my guys. I'm going to get rid of the other quarterback. I want my guys. I want my people. I want people that do what I say. I don't care what you think. I'm going to play my guys. I'm going to play my players. I'm going to bring in Hoyer to be the backup. And he's going to dress and be the backup for the first 3 games because he is a better quarterback than Aiden O'Connell. And he even played in the preseason games above Aiden O'Connell. Even though we gave a lot of look to Aiden O'Connell, Hoyer's my guy. So it made me realize even more that McDaniels gives up on his guys too damn easy. So again, the first year and a half with him, he's showing commitment. He's showing pride in his guys, his players. He's doing it his way. Then everybody's saying, your way ain't working. And he sticks with that philosophy, even the first 3 games. Then, now, he knows he's losing grip. He's losing everything. He has to please the fans a little bit, somehow, some way. So then he starts Aiden O'Connell. Did he do it to trot Aiden O'Connell out there and prove a point that he's not ready? Did he trot him out there to maybe prove that Brian Hoyer is better if Aiden O'Connell looked bad? I do not know. But I made a video, probably a half an hour long, explaining the situation. He had to go with Hoyer. It wouldn't have made the fans happy, but has he made the fans happy since then? No. But at least he had some consistency with picking his players and making bad decisions. Now, as a fan base, we're like, he's changing. He's changing. He's listening to us. He's putting in Aiden O'Connell. And like I said, no matter what, in that video, there's going to be a quarterback controversy now. No matter what, no matter how Aiden O'Connell played, there's going to be a public controversy because everybody has showered on Jimmy Garoppolo for many reasons. Nobody wants to see Brian Hoyer for many reasons. And then Aiden O'Connell, because of the excitement we got in the preseason, every pressure is going to be on this kid. And it was. Josh McDaniels is a flip-flop scared coach. He's now a flip-flop scared coach. He flip-flops on his quarterbacks constantly. He did it in Denver. He did it everywhere else. He flip-flopped on going to the Colts as their head coach. He is a flip-flop coach that cannot make correct decisions. And then even if he does make a bad decision, at least stand by it and be consistent. And that's why it pisses me off that he started Aiden O'Connell. Not because I don't like Aiden O'Connell. Because be the coach you're showing us. At least own up to it completely. Now, he's a flip-flop coach. Now he lost respect from not only Brian Hoyer, from the reporters, for that same philosophy that I just mentioned. He lost respect. Hoyer should have been the start. And if Hoyer played bad, then you bring in Aiden O'Connell and you see what he's got. Now, here's the reporting on why he picked Aiden O'Connell. He picked him to please the fans. That's what he did. But Hondo Carpenter in his video the other day, or yesterday, said that the plan from McDaniels was to go with Hoyer. The plan was to go with Hoyer. Again, owning up to what he wants in his guys. The plan was to go with Hoyer. But then on Friday, something happened. And the plan changed. What happened on Friday night? Hoyer practiced more the entire week than Aiden O'Connell. If they're the starter, and Hoyer practiced more than Aiden O'Connell all season, even in training camp, because Hoyer was listed as the backup. Hoyer got more reps, less than Jimmy Garoppolo, but got more than AOC. Now, even this week, going into the game where Jimmy Garoppolo is really not practicing, all the reps went to Hoyer. And some of them went to AOC because Hoyer was going to be the starter. But Friday, something happened. The fan base all week on Twitter or X has been clamoring for AOC. Mark Davis reads all of these posts. Mark Davis likes to have locker room meetings after the game with Josh McDaniels. He did it last season. We all know that Josh McDaniels wants to keep his 4-year job for $40 million, and he wants to turn around the team. It ain't going to happen. Did Mark Davis? Hey, that AOC is looking kind of good, huh? He's looking kind of good, huh? Yeah. Looking pretty nice, huh? Again, I'm speculating. These are rumors. But again, according to all reporters, the plan was to go to Hoyer because he got all the reps. So for whatever reason, McDaniels flip-flopped, gave in to whatever had happened, and played AOC. I lost even more respect for Josh McDaniels for this decision. I'm happy for AOC. I'm a fan like you guys. I get it. But again, it just makes me even more weary of the decision-making of Josh McDaniels. Sorry, guys. It's a sore subject for me. Because if there's one thing in life that you need to stand by, it's your decision makings. You have to own up to it. You have to make the hard decisions, whether people like it or not, on certain situations, and you can't please the fans or you can't bow down. Now, you can look at this in another way. Oh, he changed the decision because he realized on Friday or Saturday or whenever it was, I got to change. I'm a loser. I'm making bad decisions. I got to change. Maybe this will inspire the team. Maybe this will inspire the team. I got to change. Do we really think Josh McDaniels thought that? If he said that publicly and that's why he did it, I need to make a change because what I'm doing is not working. If he said that publicly, I'd start respecting him a little bit more. But he can't. All right, so in a positive world, I put out this tweet, or X. Let's put out this into the world and make it happen. Aiden O'Connell jumpstart the Raiders to a 10-year dynasty today, a la Tom Brady and the Patriots, since we have the Patriots on our team. Let's go Raiders, baby. Here we go. But I also put that as the Joker because I know it's a joke and it ain't going to happen that way. It might, but once Josh McDaniels is gone. Then, all right, let's get into, again, these are Mikey's notes. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Interesting note on both of the Chargers' third downs early on in the game, in clear passing situations, they took out Tyree Wilson when the pass rush is needed most on third down. They took out Tyree Wilson 2 times on third down when a pass rush is needed. They took him out. Why would you do that? He needs reps. He was brought in to be a pass rusher. Have they realized he's not a good pass rusher, that he's better with his effort in the backfield, trying to stop the run or whatever, that he's not really a good enough pass rusher? He doesn't have the pure strength, or he doesn't have the ability just yet. What if they realize that they're not telling us? This is your first round draft pick. I'm not hating on the guy, but what if they realize that we haven't? Jalen Carter, again, Raider Nation thinks we should have picked him. He's playing almost every down for the Eagles and doing a pretty damn good job. And again, controversy aside, they couldn't pick him because of the controversy, the this, the that, whatever. But they took out Tyree Wilson on third down a couple of times. Later in the game, he was in there on third down a couple of more times. But early on, they had him out. That freaked me out with a slightly injured Max Crosby. So, then, second interesting note. This is early on in the first quarter, probably toward the end of the first quarter. I have not seen Hunter Renfrow on the field at all this first quarter. Not on the field. He was replaced by Trey Tucker. And again, with all the media reports and everybody saying, where's Hunter? Where's Hunter? Where's Hunter? You would think if Josh McDaniels is changing his philosophy, his game plan, putting in quarterbacks, he's trying to make a change for the better, for the fans, you would think he would have listened to the Hunter Renfrow noise or the tight end noise. But no. With Aiden O'Connell, Hunter Renfrow was not on the field in the first quarter. They stuck with the 2 wide receiver set. Then when they did have a third wide receiver set, they brought in Trey Tucker. Why can't they add wrinkles where the players run like Miami Dolphins, back and forth and move? Devontae moves here, this player moves there. Again, you would think Hunter Renfrow would have been a young quarterback's best friend. And they brought in Trey Tucker. Well, maybe they brought in Trey Tucker for the speed. But yet they threw the ball within 3 yards on almost every one of those plays, within 5 yards to Josh Jacobs. Why are they not putting Hunter into the game plan? He doesn't want to change. So that's why I believe Mark Davis told him to, nudged him to start Aiden O'Connell. It's just my opinion. And then Aiden O'Connell did a quarterback sneak to tie the game 7-7. That was good looking. But remember when Jimmy Garoppolo had quarterback sneaks in a couple of other games on 4th and 1? They didn't do it. Why would you do a quarterback sneak with Aiden O'Connell? I mean, do you not trust Josh Jacobs to get 1 yard, half a yard, whatever it is? Are you trying to be like the Eagles now? I'm just saying, it worked, so kudos. But quarterback sneaks are a veteran's quarterback's game for the most part. Unless they do a unique formation like the Eagles, most rookie quarterbacks struggle with quarterback sneaks, except for the running quarterbacks or the athletic quarterbacks, if you will. It worked out, so I'm not going to complain anymore. Then during the game, I said, am I the only one to notice within the Raiders, every time a new quarterback plays for us, they feature that quarterback's wife in the game broadcast? Have you guys not noticed that? They featured that quarterback's wife in the game broadcast. They did it last year when Jared Stidham started, and they did it this year with Aiden O'Connell's wife in the stands on the broadcast. Is that the Raiders telling them to show their wives? Or is that CBS or Fox or whoever's doing it? Is that one of their storylines? I don't know. You be the judge. But in my opinion, they're trying to gain our sympathy during turmoil. You get it? They always want to show the player's wife that's starting as the quarterback for the Raiders to gain sympathy so we can love them. But the problem with that is Raider Nation judges these people's wives. Remember the turmoil that everybody judged Jared Stidham's wife and Derek Carr's wife when she posted a picture or something like that? They went wild on Twitter, judging her, giving her an A, a B, a C, a D. You know, would I sleep with her? Wouldn't I? That can get rough, especially for a young quarterback. So I wrote, man, they're trying to gain sympathy during turmoil. So now Raider Nation is going to judge Aiden O'Connell's wife online. If he goes online and if he sees any of that, that is rough. That is rough. It's just my opinion. And stuff like this can ruin a young quarterback. But I believe Aiden O'Connell has thicker skin. All right? Then let's get into my next note. When Davante Adams was lying on the ground injured, I noticed Josh Jacobs and some players and some coaches checking in on him, standing around him, walking toward him to make sure he's okay. And other head coaches in the league for other teams, head coaches, I have seen check on their injured player as well. I have seen that with Seattle, Pete Carroll, Andy Reid, a lot of other coaches walk out there, even while they're on the ground or whatever they're dealing with, they walk out there to show some feelings and some respect and just to give them something. I did not see Josh McDaniels do that. I did not see him do that. He was on the sidelines thinking about the next play, the next series, who to put in after Davante, and I didn't see anything. I looked at the all 52 camera on the NFL.com after, and he did not go out onto the field. Didn't even walk toward it. He doesn't have to, but I wish for love and respect he would have. Could you imagine Davante Adams lying there in pain, starts to look up, and he sees Josh Jacobs, then he sees his head coach. Man, are you doing okay? That shows love. That shows love and respect. He didn't do it. He didn't take that option to do it. That's the type of man Josh McDaniels is. What did Tucker say? Better than seeing Taylor Swift every minute. I got you. I got you. Just think of what kind of Hall of Fame Tim Brown would have with a great quarterback. Facts, not feelings. And they replaced injured Hobbs for Meek Robinson over Isaiah Palamahu. Yeah, there's a lot of decisions that we can question, wholeheartedly, guys, wholeheartedly. Then I wrote, I hate the Tillery ejection, but I effing love the old school Raider spirit that he is showing versus our rivals. I hope it inspires some of our other players on defense to play smarter and tougher. Damn, I love the hit. If it wasn't out of bounds, but it hurt us. And then they scored 2 plays later. Now, I wrote early on in the game, Khalil Mack crushing our quarterbacks like always. He always does good against all our quarterbacks, even the other number 4. I saw Josh McDaniels. Now, this is where I showed the controversy. I think Wi-Fi Willie made a video about it tonight or earlier today or whatever the case may be. But we all know that he's hard. He's harder than Gruden on quarterbacks. They thought Gruden was hard on quarterbacks. We know what Josh McDaniels is. And we all know that Josh McDaniels broke our quarterback that shall not be named. He broke him. Derek Carr wasn't the best quarterback. That's not what I'm saying. But emotionally, the snake came to our team and broke our quarterback with what he perceived as toughness, criticism, critique. But he blamed all of that stuff on our quarterback that shall not be named. He broke our former quarterback. Now we got a young quarterback on our team, a new number 4. Josh McDaniels is playing the same tricks. Did he do these tricks with Garoppolo? No. Why? Because Garoppolo's the veteran and the high-priced quarterback, and maybe Garoppolo will talk back to McDaniels or get in his face. Did he do it with Tom Brady? He did on a couple of occasions, but I remember seeing Tom Brady yell back at him. Tom Brady wasn't going to let him do that again, let alone off of the field, in the locker room, in the game film room. Would he do that to Hoyer? No. He might talk to him, you did this wrong, and then, whatever. But he'd let him sit down. He'd let him figure it out because they are a veteran and move on. But with Derek Carr, the quarterback that shall not be named, he didn't give him the same respect. From the beginning he joined the team, people say Derek Carr didn't deserve it. I mean, the quarterback that shall not be named didn't deserve it. That's fine. But he didn't give him that respect. After every play that was wrong or whatever to Josh McDaniels, he sat down on the bench with our quarterback that shall not be named. He yelled at him, said, you should have did this, you should have did that. What were you thinking? Blah, blah, blah. This and that. You made a mistake. Here's the right play. Got in his face. And instead of letting that quarterback that is a veteran realize on his own how to bounce back. And he did that to Aiden O'Connell this week. There's video footage out there on Wi-Fi Willie's channel and everywhere else as well. There's video footage out there as well. So, Khalil Mack was crushing our quarterbacks like always. I saw Josh McDaniels sit right next to Aiden O'Connell on the bench after with that same look on his face versus our former quarterback. And I said, yike, that scares me, as he broke our quarterback last year. But I honestly believe Aiden O'Connell has thicker skin. But you can only have thicker skin for so long until the other person shows you some dang respect and starts to game plan for your skills. We all know McDaniels will not do that. So, will Aiden O'Connell get better from this game? I'm sure he will. But he's going to have to get better under the forceful eye of an evil coach that wants to break you to rebuild you. How about you build them first? And if they break on their own, then you can move on. He has the philosophy that he's got to break down players that he don't trust or that are young that won't talk back. He's got to assert that dominance for some reason, the Bill Belichickian way. It's not working. Nobody wants it. Players need to have fun. They need to feel loved. They need to feel respected. Andy Reid eats barbecue with his team even after a loss. Andy Reid makes plays and talks to players and be like, hey, what do you think? You wanna do a merry-go-round here? Let's figure it all out. Coaches like Josh McDaniels are not needed in the NFL anymore if they cannot ingratiate to today's youth and today's players and today's mantras. We keep hoping that he will change, but he can't. It's not built in his DNA. Just like my damn brother. My brothers went to rehab 4 times, almost died each and every time before rehab. And this time he finally went to rehab, turned himself in when he was close to death for his addiction. And he stayed in there 150 days. Then he didn't pass one of their phases. He struggled in one of their phases. And they told him, hey, you got to start again. You got to start it all again. You got to go through all the phases again, and then you got to pass this phase. My brother gave up. After 150 days or 40 days of being sober, getting healthy again, able to walk again, he left. A day after, he's back into his addiction. Living on the streets or with his friends or whatever the hell is going on again. And it kills me, the hope. The hope that he's going to fix his life and change his life. He turned himself in this time. So I'm like, we didn't have to do it this time. You did it all on your own. But he quit, gave up the minute adversity hit him. Then he started yelling and fighting, and he had to leave, and he had to give in to his addiction. He ain't going to change. My brother's dead. My brother's dead. Whether it be today, 5 months from now, 8 months from now, a year from now, my brother's dead to his addiction. Then I wrote, I believe this was in the middle of the game when they scored 24. I said, Raiders give up on defense an average of 24 points a game. The Chargers have already matched it in the first half. Yikes. Rob Ryan for defensive coordinator. Raiders 7, Chokers 24. Then, since it was a blowout, in my opinion, going into halftime, I said, my theory is that Josh McDaniels will use this blowout as an excuse that Aiden O'Connell is not ready, and then he will start Hoyer late in the third to prove a point or at halftime. And then I go, he might be ruining our quarterback so quickly. And then I wrote, let him play the whole game. Please, please, please let Aiden O'Connell play the whole game. And he did. So my tweet doesn't look so correct. But those are my thoughts with McDaniels. Then I said, asking for a friend. Did you all see Josh McDaniels hover and yell at or complain at Garoppolo after every bad play? Well, he did with our former quarterback, and now he's doing the same exact thing with Aiden O'Connell. This scares me truly. I don't know why he's trying to coach. I don't know. I don't know why. I know he's trying to coach, meaning coach up AOC to get him better. I know he's trying to coach, but his demeanor and how he coaches is wrong for many players, and we just spoke about that. Then after halftime, I'm trying to find the excitement. I'm like, let's puke and rally. Puke and rally! Puke and rally. That's my mantra every week. Puke and rally! Because we suck so bad and we're sick that we have to puke, but we got to rally. I said, wow, again, now this is after halftime. On third down passing situation, again, Tyree Wilson was not on the field to pass rush. But the next play, they had Tyree Wilson in there on first down and second down. They take him out for third down on a pure passing defensive rush situation. Then the next play was like 4th and 5. And the chokers punted the ball. Guess who went back onto the field to play in special teams on punt block? That's right. Our first round draft pick, Tyree Wilson, went on to special teams to punt block. This man has fallen in that room from the coaching staff. They keep giving him opportunities on first and second. And those are not always passing downs. Those are normally you would consider rundowns. Third down is normally considered passing downs, depending on the distance for the first down. They're taking Tyree Wilson out on these downs where his pass rush, in which we drafted him for, and then they're playing him on special teams. Why are they doing that? So he can learn the snap count. He can learn how to rush and block with power, because I guess that's his only move, is that power push. He doesn't got moves like Max Crosby. He doesn't have the timing down to get off the snap quick enough. He doesn't have the jiu-jitsu moves on the defensive line. Blah, 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 ooh, yeah, yeah. Sorry. I hope my microphone don't shut off. Forgive me. I hit it. Apparently, something's missing, man. This man has fallen. That's our first round draft pick on special teams, y'all. Somebody wrote to me, relax, Mikey Raider, relax. A lot of rookie players play on special teams. How many first rounders play on special teams and that were drafted to be a pass rusher and get taken out on third down only to play on special teams? Did Max Crosby play on special teams? He might have, but he wasn't a first rounder. He was a third rounder. Will he play on special teams now? If he was knowing what everybody knows now, they would have drafted him in the first round. Would he have played special teams if we drafted him in the first round? Nope. Nope. So whoever wrote that thing back to me, I should have read it. There it is. Cooch has been the situational rusher on third down since like last year. Almost every rookie plays special teams. Relax, bud. Relax. Don't do it. Cooch has been the situational pass rusher. And he's saying it like it's a good thing over our first round draft pick that was picked to be the pass rusher. Come on, Mikey Raider. Cooch is our pass rusher. He's been the situational pass rusher. Relax. Then I wrote, did Max play in his first year? LOL. Whatever. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. All right. Then I wrote, we got another donation. I love you. I love the donation. Buy me a taco. Buy me a taco, Frankie. I love you, brother. We should have went to that game, Frankie. We were talking about it. But again, who wants to spend the money even to go to the home game away? Who wants to spend the money to watch the Raiders do this stuff? Get mad. I saw a video of a Charger fan fighting with a Raider fan. Literally. The Charger fan messes up that Raider fan. The Raider fan looked drunk, but look it up online. Raider fan fights with a Charger fan at the game. And here's what boggles my mind. The Charger fan should be arrested. The Charger fan should be arrested. I can't show the video. I can't find it. I know you guys want me to do that, but YouTube will flag it for violence and blah, blah, blah. I ain't going to deal with it. You can find it. But the Raider fan is standing in front of a Charger fan who's sitting down. The Raider fan apparently was in the row in front of the Charger fan, and for whatever reason, he was drunk and the Chargers were winning. Maybe the Charger fan was making fun of the Raider fan and hurt the drunk Raider fan's feelings. So the Raider fan stands up and starts saying something. He's not in front of the fan with his head. He's just standing up at the chair. Whatever. Then the Charger fan stands up. And the Raider fan doesn't do anything. The Raider fan even backs away, takes a step back. He's still saying something. Then the Charger fan headbutts him. The Charger fan headbutts him. And then the Raider fan stumbles back because he's a little drunk. Then the Charger fan goes, yeah, bam, hits him right across the noggin. He falls into the hallway behind the stairs. All right. Then the Raider fan stumbles and he grabs the bar that's in the hall, not the hallway, but the trevish between the seats, and he stands back up. Then the Charger fan comes in, hits him again like 2 or 3 times, one on the noggin. The guy stumbles again, and everybody's just watching. There's Raider fans around, there's Charger fans around, and everybody's like, then the camera pans to a person, they go, like it's a joke. Nobody stopped it. Nobody stood in front of the Charger fan, nobody. Then the video went on for about another 30 seconds to a minute or whatever. Then the guy's friend or whatever told the Charger fan, hey, man, I know he's drunk. I know, calm down. I don't care what the Raider fan said. The Charger fan resorted to violence, did the attack. He should be arrested and charged. The Charger should have been charged. I didn't see it happen. I hope it happened, but I didn't see it happen. Nobody stepped in. Even Raider Nation, I blame you all. Step in. Step in. Don't let him hit the guy another 3 or 4 times in the head. That guy could lose his life. Don't make a little joke. Ridiculous. People nowadays, y'all are afraid of everything. Grab your fucking balls and make a correct decision. Wow. Guess who's not getting Defensive Rookie of the Year? Thank you. Yes, the Raiders defense intercepted the ball, but penalty right after they intercepted the ball. Who cares? Puke and rally. Then I wrote, Wilson is getting a lot of play. Then I started to notice, again, the true nature of Tyree Wilson. I said, Wilson is getting a lot of plays on early downs. He's also being held a bit because of his power move. So hopefully it's looking up for him. Then I wrote, stop taking him out on 3rd downs. And then I wrote, now this is the big controversial play that everybody wants to talk about. Every week there's a controversial play. And Devontae Adams, we went down in the red zone, caught the ball. They said it was at the 1-yard line. Then after replay, it probably could have been confirmed that it was a touchdown, that he caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage. All right. Now, when this play happened, I had some alternative thoughts as well. Then after I thought about it, I had some other thoughts. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. For many games in the National Football League, since I love fantasy football and I watch fantasy football, I've seen at least 2 or 3 touchdown catches where a player is in the end zone running back toward the ball that's being thrown, and they catch the ball outside of the touchdown line. But their feet and everything is inbounds, but they catch the ball outside of the line. Again, this is not the Devontae situation 100%, but I have seen many instances where a player catches the ball running toward the touchdown line from the end zone, and they catch the ball outside of the line, but yet their feet are still in the touchdown when they catch the ball. But the ball is outside of the line, and they still call it a touchdown. Again, he didn't catch the ball and fall into the end zone. He didn't catch the ball outside of the end zone and then bring it in. He literally caught the entire ball running backwards toward the ball, and he caught the ball out of the outside line, but his feet dragged within the end zone. So, by summary, they gave him the touchdown because I guess the ball is caught in his hands and it extends through his legs, and then it's a touchdown because his legs are technically still in the end zone. That's what I thought the Davante Adams was. When I first saw it, I was like, that's a touchdown. Then when the referees started saying, it's not a touchdown, it's at the 1 yard line, I'm like, review it. Review it. I know for a fact he was there. Even if he caught the ball, he caught it right at the end zone or outside of it, but his feet were in the end zone or his knees. I knew it. So I was like, review it, review it, review it, review it. Then nothing happened. I start screaming, review it. Call a timeout, do something. Then we get a first down. All of a sudden, interception that could have went for a pick six. Aiden O'Connell. Huh? Oh, no, that was the end of the game. I'm sorry. That's the end of the game when we should have ran it. We're talking about the Devontae. Sorry, I'm getting my plays confused. Forgive me. My brain is a wild mess. But they didn't review it. So they kicked the field goal. I'm sorry. They gave it to. So the next play, I think it was fourth down, they gave it to Josh Jacobs. And he scored. He bailed out Josh McDaniels in that decision. First off, I blame the refs for not even realizing that that was a touchdown. Then I blame New York for not even calling it down to review it. But they didn't call it a touchdown initially. They didn't call it a touchdown, so they can't review it. But I knew, even as a fan, as an onlooker, not even a head coach, call a timeout or throw the flag. Throw the flag. McDaniels. But no. He gets them all up to the line because the clock was still running, and whatever the situation was, and whether he got the information from upstairs quick enough, I do not care. I had the information in my brain when I saw the play to throw the flag. But he trusted Josh Jacobs on this fourth down. He trusted him, and he bailed out Josh McDaniels. So remember last week with the field goal early in the game that he kicked the field goal, then he wouldn't kick a field goal. He went for it on fourth in 13 minutes left last week in the fourth quarter. Then this week, he shows, again, flip-flop decision. He's supposed to get better weekly. This week, he goes for it on fourth, trusts Josh Jacobs to get 1 yard, get a touchdown, and runs the ball from 1 yard. All right? 1 or 2 yards, whatever it was. We get the touchdown. All right, it's looking good. He made a good decision. But everybody realized that was a touchdown by Devontae. Should have called the flag. Bad coaching, bad decision making. All right. Then, the end of the game, we're coming back. Raider Nation's excited. Max Crosby got a sack. And we're coming back in the game. We get the ball back. Devontae Adams has a big, big first down on fourth down. I believe it was fourth down or third down, whatever. He catches it in the sidelines at the 3-yard line or 4-yard line, whatever it was. Whatever it was. I do not know. We get a big first down. There's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. We got 2 or 3 timeouts still. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. This is the biggest moment in the game, like it was last week, for McDaniels to make decisions. They immediately ran up to the line, didn't call a timeout, and they made the play call for Aiden O'Connell. They made a ridiculous play call for Aiden O'Connell in double, triple coverage to throw the ball toward the sidelines where it could easily be intercepted after a first down. With 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock to tie the game. And they did a pass play. When Josh Jacobs was looking good the entire game, especially in the pass game and the run game, you trusted him earlier on that 4th down and 1 or 2, but on first down and 4 or 5, whatever it might have been, you put everything in Aiden O'Connell's shoulders because he looked good. But again, it's coaching. It's the game flow. It's the way things are happening. 2.5 minutes left. We're down by 7. We know we're going to score. We've been driving toward it. We know we're going to score. Take a timeout. Relax your rookie quarterback and plan some good plays. Why do you have to rush it? Why do you have to rush the next game call? Why? Because you want to score and then get back on defense and then stop them and then hopefully have a minute and a half left to win the game with a field goal? Is that what you want to do? I ain't thinking about winning the game. At this point, I ain't thinking about winning the game. Guess what I'm doing? I'm thinking about tying the game. I just want to tie the damn game. I'll worry about the next things next. Then on top of that, if you had any wits, you might want to go for 2 and win the game 25-24 if you score there with 2.5 minutes left. You're like, whatever. I'm going to build our team. Remember, Jack Del Rio did it many years ago against the Saints at the end of the game. Same situation. Jack Del Rio did it. Pulled out his damn balls. Took a timeout. They scored, and we could have tied the game, but he went for the victory with a young quarterback as well. Called the timeout, everything. And it worked. We won the game with a 2-point conversion. And then we went on to the playoffs that year. It might have been that year. It might have been the next year. I might be wrong. But it was definitely Jack Del Rio's first year as a coach. And he went for it. And he galvanized that team at that point. That could have been a Josh McDaniels play. Take a timeout. Relax your team down. Pump them up. Let's go. All right, we got 4 downs. We're gonna score. Then again, if you score, it'll take more time off the clock. They might be under 2 minutes or whatever. Then you score. Then you might be like, hey, guys, do you want to go for the win? Do you want to go for a win? Or hopefully get the win and go for 2? Or you just want to tie it up and let's play defense and let's try to get the ball back or get it in overtime? But he could have pumped up his team full of excitement and calmed the rookie quarterback down. Brought back the poise that he always has. But nope, they rushed it. They got a first down. They went to the line. A play call went in from upstairs, whatever, immediately, and they ran the play. Aiden O'Connell has never been in this situation. He didn't have a chance to and they made the wrong play call. and he made the wrong play. They are both to blame equally. But because we're all sour on Josh McDaniels, that's what happened. These are facts, not feelings. Josh McDaniels is not a good head coach. Doesn't know situational football, does not understand players' temperature, players' feelings, players' demeanor, doesn't know how to get the best out of his players, or he stays away. He doesn't deserve any of that. And it's been proven. Then I wrote, in the red zone, we replaced number 4 with number 4. It's the same outcome today. But overall, I'm proud of our team and our quarterback who showed a lot of fight and poise more than any game this year. Aiden O'Connell, score-wise, played a better game than Jimmy Garoppolo did in the previous 3 games. Aiden O'Connell played a decent game. We average on 15.5 points on offense, and we haven't broken the 20-point marker, let alone the 18-point marker this year. And we gave up 24 on average on defense every game, and Khalil Mack had 6-7 sacks, more than our entire team. All right, guys, those are my game notes. Now let's get into some AOC review. If you ask me to grade this game, these are already donations I've gotten. Thank you, Frankie. Come on, anybody, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, the subscribe button, buy me a taco, become a member while we're doing the live stream. Come on, man. I think I deserve it. Come on, y'all. I do a decent job of talking. I might not have graphics and videos and editing and special effects, but I do a decent job talking and proving some facts, not feelings. Now, the controversy has arisen whether the Raiders should go with Aiden O'Connell or Jimmy Garoppolo, because technically Aiden O'Connell played overall a statistically score-wise better game than Jimmy Garoppolo has this season. So now the controversy, the reporters and everybody, like I said in my previous video, are going to be talking about it. Sick with it. What's up, my dude? I'd rather see Baby Carr. Is that what you wrote? Than Jimmy G String. All right. And then, woohoo, facts, not feelings. AOC got my respect. McDaniels is not a leader. Yes. It has all been proven. Everything about McDaniels has been proven. So anybody still trying to be positive, that's fine. Be positive for the team and hoping McDaniels can change. But he cannot. It will not happen. These are facts, not feelings. They are now out in the open. So anybody that be positive or whatever, shut your mouth about McDaniels. We have to live with him at least till next year. He ain't going to be fired, nor does he not deserve to be fired. I would hope that Josh McDaniels would realize all of this and literally, in tomorrow's meeting or Wednesday, whenever they talk to the team, I want him to break down. I want him to break down in front of the team. Show some emotions. Oh, but then they're going to lose respect for him. He's no longer a hard ass. They're going to lose respect for him. No. Show he's a damn human being. And he can change. And he can not expose, but show his emotions. They will have respect for him. They've already lost the respect. Not completely, but they're like, you ain't a leader. I don't know if I really want to follow you anymore. I'm going to because I have to. I'm going to do my best every week. But I wish he would break down. I wish he would realize everything happening. Realize it ain't working. He's not being a good leader. He's not making the right calls. He's not owning up to the team. He's not ingratiating himself to be like a little bit more of a friend instead of an a-hole. The respect is gone. They don't have it for you. You're not winning. If you were winning, you can be that Bill Belichickian way. But from my knowledge, Bill Belichick appreciates his players, talks to them as well. Publicly, he's the a-hole. Privately, I think he does a decent enough job at ingratiating or collaborating or whatever with his players. That's not the case with McDaniels. If he's trying to be a copy of Bill Belichick, well, he still needs to learn a few things. It ain't working. I wish he would break down in the locker in front of the entire team and be like, all right, guys, throw the playbook down. Throw the playbook down. Take off his shirt or something and be like, you know what? Everything I have, everything I am, it ain't working. It ain't working. I don't truly know or have all the answers, but something's got to give. I love you guys. I make some bad decisions. I make some bad decisions. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make better decisions. Aiden O'Connell, what plays do you like that you feel comfortable with? What plays can we look up in the next 2 or 3 weeks from college to make you feel comfortable? Same thing for Brian Hoyer. Same thing for Jimmy Garoppolo. But he immediately needs to praise Aiden O'Connell, and then he immediately needs to say, in my opinion, Jimmy Garoppolo is the starter, if he's healthy. That's my guy. I brought him in. I still believe in him. But Aiden O'Connell, I like what I saw. You are now the backup. Brian Hoyer, I'm sorry. I know this is going to hurt you. You were hoping for your shot. It didn't happen this time. But I hope you'll stick with me, Brian. I brought you here for a reason. I truly love and respect you. Aiden O'Connell, you are now officially the backup. The team will be galvanized. Hunter Renfrow apologized to him publicly in the locker room. Hunter, I got to do a better job. You are a fantastic player. Need to get you working. Tell me some plays you like in our scheme, in our system, and let's do it. That's it. Same thing for Tyree Wilson. You are a day one starter. And Patrick Graham, you got to walk up to Patrick Graham and say, you know what? You're on the hot seat. In front of everybody, you're on the hot seat. Build this defense. We're changing it up. We're changing it up. I'm taking accountability. I'm changing things. I'm making decisions with gusto. I am no longer going to flip-flop. I don't care. And then apologize for the field goals, the mistakes, and then say, what, we're done with it. If you have to bury a damn football, if you have to bury a football like our former coach did, if you have to bury a football to get rid of the demons, do that here. Do it. All right. This is an Aiden O'Connell review, not the Josh McDaniels review. But that's how I would fix it if I'm Josh McDaniels. It ain't going to happen that way. But that's how I would fix it. Now, Aiden O'Connell played hecka good. And he played hecka bad. But you got to remember, Aiden O'Connell is limited under Josh McDaniels' system. Every quarterback that is played under Josh McDaniels is limited. Not every quarterback is Tom Brady. Tom Brady knew the system in and out. So if they would call 1 or 2 plays at the line of scrimmage, like the broadcaster said, Tom Brady would have 10 of them or 15 of them. They were talking about Aaron Rodgers. But Tom Brady could take 1 play call from Josh McDaniels and he could make it into 10. Josh McDaniels didn't give our quarterback that shall not be named that same leeway. And he's not doing the same with AOC 4. He is limited. Aiden O'Connell is limited. But compared to Garoppolo, Josh McDaniels at least called some deep pass plays for Aiden O'Connell. And he achieved a few of them, and he didn't achieve a few other few. But Aiden O'Connell can throw the deep ball. That's what our other quarterback had in common. This system was built for a quarterback that doesn't throw the ball that well deep. And that was Tom Brady at most occasions. And it specifically was brought in for our former quarterback that shall not be named to get rid of the ball quick and so forth and not take as many shots down the field. Last year, that system was implemented. But Derek Carr could have, sorry, I can't say that name. They don't want me to. Sorry, Raider Nation. The quarterback that shall not be named had the ability to throw the ball. So does Aiden O'Connell, to throw it deep. Garoppolo struggles. So they took last year's system under the other number 4 that would occasionally throw the ball deep, but he didn't have all the weapons to really do that. But he had Devontae. But still, the same system was brought in and implemented by McDaniels that limits the quarterbacks. And he didn't allow it to be unlimited, as we all know. Now, the system was even more limited with Garoppolo coming in, knowing that he doesn't throw the ball deep as well. That's why they brought in 2 tight ends. They wanted to block for him more and have him throw the ball deep to the first outlet. So the system under Josh McDaniels didn't get expanded with the quarterback that we brought into this team. The system did not get expanded. It got even more limited. It did. These are facts. So now with Garoppolo out, he probably added a few deep pass plays that he wouldn't trust with Garoppolo. Or when he did trust Garoppolo, he threw interceptions. But he tried it with AOC. And AOC was 50-50. Let's be honest, he was 50-50. That's a C average. If you have to rank our quarterback, that was a C average. I might give him a C plus because he had to listen to Josh McDaniels inside his head. In the second quarter, the third quarter, and he still fought back. I give him a C plus. Now, if you ask me the question, who should play this week and why is there a quarterback controversy? It's because Aiden O'Connell looked as decent, if not a little bit better than Garoppolo did with the poise. And Garoppolo doesn't give us excitement. Aiden O'Connell does because he's the new toy on the block. He is the new possible excitement for the Raider Nation. But the facts are he played poised and better with the deep ball than Jimmy Garoppolo has shown. And statistically wise, he scored more with our team than Garoppolo has in the previous 3 games. Now, let's be honest. Aiden O'Connell was not prepared correctly from the coaching decisions for this game. They had Hoyer as the backup until Friday or Saturday. Aiden O'Connell didn't get as many reps as he possibly did. The first mistake was in the press conference, McDaniel should have said, Hoyer is the starting quarterback if Jimmy Garoppolo does not pass the protocol. That's what he should have said. It would have made all Raider Nation mad. But again, it would have been consistent with his philosophy. He should have said that on day 1. then everybody would have known their place. But he didn't say it. He didn't say it. He tricked the public. Oh, Hoyer's going to be in the mix. We're also going to look at Aiden O'Connell, and, we'll find out what's happening with Jimmy, and we'll make that decision accordingly. No, that's a flip-flopping decision. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see what happens. I'm holding out hope for Garoppolo, but we'll see what happens. No, make a decision and run with it. So now Raider Nation and the reporters are talking. Oh, it might be Aiden O'Connell. Now Raider Nation's, I want Aiden O'Connell. Screw Brian Hoyer. Now you created a quarterback controversy this early into the season. And if he played better than Garoppolo, some might say he didn't. Some might say he did. But if he played better than Garoppolo, everybody's going to be asking, oh, is AOC going to play? He should play. He should be the starter. And then if Garoppolo comes back in, anytime Garoppolo does something wrong, fans are going to be like, you should have played Aiden O'Connell. You shouldn't played Aiden O'Connell. Ridiculous coaching, ridiculous decision-making, and ridiculous. Aiden O'Connell played a good game for a rookie quarterback. He has a lot of promise. I like the kid. Do I think he needs to be the starter moving forward? I do not. Now there's a quarterback controversy, and I don't know what's going to happen. We created more drama than we needed. And that being said, I'm ticked off. Not about Aiden O'Connell, about our coach. That's why, like I said, these are facts, not feelings. Aiden O'Connell played a great game for a rookie quarterback. He shows a lot of promise. Can he be the next Tom Brady? Can he be whatever? Yes, he can. But right now, while we look at our team, and let me change the banner because we're not talking about it anymore. Aiden O'Connell should be the backup. I don't care about Hoyer's feelings. Aiden O'Connell should be the backup. And I hope McDaniels does that. He was asked why he played O'Connell in the game. And then he said, again, the rumors are something happened. He was going to start Hoyer, and then something happened. And he was forced to play O'Connell, or he did it for the fans or whatever. He flip-flopped. But he was asked, why did he make the ultimate decision? And he said it was because Aiden O'Connell finally got the practice. That's why he started Hoyer, because Hoyer was the backup. If Garoppolo goes out, he'd rather have a veteran in there during the game to back up Garoppolo in those games. That's why he didn't dress O'Connell, because he got the reps in practice and he was able to study for the team and to be the backup to Garoppolo. So he was saying that in reference to Hoyer. Then he was asked, like I said, why O'Connell started. And he said, well, because this week, we knew Garoppolo was officially out. So I had the opportunity to get Aiden O'Connell reps. I had the opportunity to get him reps and to study for the team. So that's why I put him out there. And I figured Brian Hoyer should stay in the same backup role. And that's why I played O'Connell. Well, if O'Connell is the backup, the better quarterback to Garoppolo, all of a sudden you think a player who didn't have practice in the previous weeks or as many reps, now that he's going to get a little bit more reps, you're going to start him and throw him into the fire. Some will say that's a good decision. Some will say it's a bad decision. Whatever line of the fence you make on it, it was a bad decision. If you overall look at his consistency and the team, it's a bad decision. Now, quarterback controversies are going to happen weekly. Every play that Garoppolo plays is going to be a quarterback controversy. It's the same stuff that happened with the quarterback that shall not be named last year. You know? But last year, we didn't have a backup to replace him, a rookie. So last year, they were like, get rid of him, trade him, blah, blah, blah. Wow. The same pattern that's happening last year is happening again this year. But McDaniels has no more excuses to lean on. Raider Nation's eyes are open. These are facts, not feelings. Aiden O'Connell should be the backup. We should have that promise on our team. If Garoppolo goes out in another game when he's Glass Joe, put in Aiden O'Connell. And then that's the truth of it. Jimmy Garoppolo gives us the best chance to win under McDaniel's system. And if our defense is improving like they say it is, Garoppolo gives us the best chance to win. Aiden O'Connell gives us the hope, but this will prove it's a rebuild, retool, give up year, and that'll make everybody mad. Because if you play O'Connell again next week, depending on Garoppolo or whatever, just now the locker room is going to be asked if they have a bad game. Oh, do you think Aiden O'Connell should play? Devontae Adams is going to have to respond, this and that. It is a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. I'm happy Aiden O'Connell played, and he played as well as he did, because now the spotlight is on McDaniels even more. If he played Hoyer, which he should have stayed consistent, and Hoyer might have played a better game, might have lost the game, played a worse game. But either way, McDaniel still had the hope of Aiden O'Connell later in the year, and the fans wouldn't have got excited as much by seeing Aiden O'Connell on the bench, but seeing Hoyer play and lose, that, again, we wouldn't have added another controversy. Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't handle controversies well. And there is a little controversy brewing. McDaniels could have avoided that. It's sad, y'all. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Caleb Williams, here we come. Again, in response to that, Mr. Flo, Caleb Williams is not a McDaniels quarterback. Every quarterback he wants to be is to replicate Tom Brady. He builds the system that way, and we all know that he cannot make play calls for players to run out of the backfield or to ingratiate to their skill set. These are facts, not feelings. We all know that. So would Caleb Williams be an answer for McDaniels? Not if he continues coaching the way he does, but it will give him an excuse, and it will give him a way for Raider Nation to possibly be excited again for Caleb Williams. Oh, we got the same way they're excited about Aiden O'Connell because of how good he looked in the preseason. It's not an option. If we fire him and we bring in a new coach and we get Caleb Williams, well then, there you go. That's the excitement. That's the starting of a new regime. But the problem is we keep starting over every 2 years. In some sense of the word, we keep starting over. We bring in old players, high-priced players to excite the fan base. Then we get rid of legacy players and this and that. And we rebuild and we retool and we lie to the public and we go nowhere. Raiders make more money losing than they do winning. That's a fact. That is a fact. Because if your team needs to come to our home game in Vegas and you know the Raiders suck, you're probably guaranteeing a victory. So you're going to come down and spend a few $4,000 or $5,000 knowing you're going to have the beautiful weekend. You're going to gamble, you're going to drink, you're going to hook up with some hookers, you're going to do whatever you're going to do. And you're going to close it out with your team's victory that Sunday or Monday. And you're going to go home happy, having the time of your life. The Raiders make more money losing than they do winning. And that's what happened to the Clippers back in the days before they fired their owner or got rid of him for the racist whatever he did. And that is the same path that Mark Davis is on. Mark Davis is losing this team, and it all started with what? Losing the location. Now it started with losing the fan base. Now he's selling off portions of the team. Now he's losing the pride from the fans and the fan base. But yet his wallet is going bigger and bigger and bigger, and he's buying a house. He's buying a WNBA team. And the Raiders are losing, but he's still seeking things. Now, it looks good now. But the NFL is slightly coming to take over the Raiders and remove him. Controversies are on the sidelines. Gruden, Mark Davis, this, that. They wanted to see if they could push Mark Davis around. He had to bow down to the NFL to get the loan to go to Vegas to Sheldon Adelson. He had to sell some of the team to Tom Brady. Why? Because he needed cash on hand. He needs to sell tickets. I don't care if I have to sell them to other fans. He's losing the fan base, lost the location of the team, losing the home base, losing the team in general. 10 years from now, if not sooner, Mark Davis, in some controversy, will be forced to sell the team or move on from the Raiders, whether it be by the hands of the NFL or of his own doing in making poor decisions within the next 10 years. Mark my word. Put it on the board. Mark Davis will no longer be the official owner of the team, albeit his mom owns a lot of shares. And I don't know if she's passed away yet, but she's close to it. And those are probably the shares he's selling to Tom Brady. Or when she passes, the shares will go to Mark Davis. Then he's going to sell off more of the team, or some controversy is going to come for him. And like I said, I predict 10 years from now, Mark Davis will no longer be majority owner, him and his mother, of the team, if not the actual owner of the Raiders. And I don't think he cares. He doesn't have that Raider heart, that Raider legacy. He doesn't have that feeling or those vibes. Even though publicly he's doing ever since he got the team, he doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it. He doesn't want to fight the NFL. He doesn't want to, when they told him to fire Gruden for the controversies, he didn't speak up publicly. He didn't say, I don't care if they got more emails. He wasn't working for the team at the time. I know who the guy is now, and I ain't going to do all of that because of public pressure. But again, the NFL pressured him. They wanted to see if they can control him, and they could. They also controlled the Raiders team to hire the first diverse equity inclusion CEO. I'm not saying she didn't deserve it, but from what I've seen, some of the things she did publicly are not the Raider way. The Raider Stadium was the first stadium to force mandates to watch the game. They forcefully fed Raider fans to not only pay for the ticket to watch the game, But to take an experimental jab that could kill you or cause you problems, allegedly, they force that on their fans to watch the Raiders play and to give you the product on the field that they give you. That is some horse shit. And I know for a fact, during those mandates, 3 people passed away months later while getting the jab at the stadium in the parking lot to watch a Raider game. People literally gave their lives and their health to watch the Raiders and the product they give us on the field. Damn right we deserve better. And I understand why a lot of Raider fans are jumping ship. I understand it. I do it monthly. But will I ever do it officially? No. Will I write a letter like that last Raider fan did in the public media and express that I'm leaving? I might do it in a clickbait video where I write, I'm done. I'm over it. I'm quitting. That's because I'm in pain. But I got a tattoo of the Raiders on my back. And I knew when I got that tattoo, I was a Raider for life. It's the only good motto, win, lose, or tie, Raiders tell a die. But I understand these fans. I get it. I understand it, man. That's why I know I got a lot of fight in me. And I got a lot of heart. And because I can't do it officially. I've been through a lot too, guys. Just like you from this team. And I'm still here. So I don't understand that letter, but I understand it. That sounds stupid. I don't understand the letter, but I understand it. And let me be honest with you, in a joking manner, for that guy that wrote the letter, everybody's making fun of him, calling him a loser, go to the Saints, this and that. All those ridiculous insults that people want to put, man. Have some empathy, man. You don't understand why he's leaving the team, but have some empathy. Try to understand. It could easily be us, but it's not. We're built different. We're built different. We're built Raider. Pure Raider. But our feelings are valid. They are valid and they should be well known and taken with love and respect. Now, in a joking manner to this guy that wrote the letter, we're not an airport. You do not have to announce your departure publicly. We are not an airport. You do not have to announce your departure publicly. Just leave. Just go. If you're really going to quit, and I'm going to say this, you're never going to see it publicly. This guy is still a Raiders fan. It's going to be in the shadows. He did not quit. He quit publicly to hopefully get, to express his feelings, to gain some subscribers, whatever, Twitter followers, I don't know. But he didn't quit. The real people that quit don't even talk about it. They be about it. They don't talk about it. They be about it. I talk about it. I write clickbait titles. I'm going to quit. I'm done. I'm giving up. I'm leaving. I'm just talking. If I would leave officially, my channel would lie dormant. And that'll probably have to be at my death. Or if they get rid of me again for a 4th time. Then I don't know if I have it in me to come back and make videos anymore. But I still need the $150 or $200 I make. Badly. But yeah, if they're going to talk about it, if they're going to do it, they're just going to disappear. All right, guys. I love you. What's up, Raider Rob? How you doing, brother? Martin Camacho. Technically, Mom is the owner, bro. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. But Mark makes the football decisions. Yeah, that's right. You're more so than right. So he had to have asked his mom to sell shares to Tom Brady. It hasn't been official yet. So there's still an offer for Tom Brady to be the coach of this team. In the next 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, like I said, I might make a prediction, a theory that if we're losing, Garoppolo still looks bad, whether they play Aiden O'Connell or not. And if we're not winning, but if we have a record of 4-4, 5-4, or 6-4, or something like that by some graces of the public, Tom Brady might come back and play for the team. He might. I don't think so, but there is that possibility because he is not officially the owner. Rolling on the floor laughing, but this drama losing is shortening our lives. Facts. Facts. I just quit letting it ruin my day. That's right. That's what we got to try to do, man. Got to let it ruin my day. Again. But the problem is the hope, Frankie. I was talking about my brother earlier. And it's again, we had hope this week. Why? We had hope that they would play Aiden O'Connell. We were playing an injured Chargers team at home away. We had hope. They started Aiden O'Connell. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell. He's going to play. We got hope. It's like Star Wars. The first movie ever. Even though it's number 4. It's the first movie ever. A New Hope. And that's the problem, Frankie, is the hope. We keep getting that damn hope dangled in front of us. Here. We're gonna bench the quarterback that shall not be named so we can draft another quarterback. Yay, there's hope. Hope. We got Devontae Adams. He's going to play with the quarterback that shall not be named. Hope. Hope. Here's hope. Hope. Hey, guess what? We got rid of that other quarterback. We brought in a winning quarterback that's a winning statistical leader in Garoppolo. Hope. Hope. We brought in a first-round defensive rookie that's going to be the defensive rookie of the year. All experts agree. Hope. Hope. Hey, guess what's going on, y'all? Jimmy Garoppolo's going to start, man. It's a home game in Allegiant Stadium. It's a Sunday night football opener. Yeah, baby. Hope. Hope. Everything gets dangled in front of us. I'm freaking tired of it. That's the problem, is the hope, Frankie. That's the problem, is the hope. Raider Nation keeps falling for it. It's like an ex-girlfriend or an ex-boyfriend calling each other. Hey, I miss you. How you been? Hey, I'm sorry, man. What are you doing tonight? Yeah, I've had a couple of drinks. You know, you want to S my D? You want to eat my P? Meaning Uchi. Anyone better as a coach except Choker's coach? He added Josh and the Scrubs. Again, I don't want the coach to change. Like, I am just so tired. I want Josh McDaniels to have the rest of this year to find himself. I know if he hasn't done it by yet, he won't ever, but there's that hope. There's that hope. But I've read the NFL script, guys, and I told you in the pre-game video the other day that it's going to look like it gets better before it gets worse. And we got a Monday night football game coming up versus the Packers. The storylines, the early storylines are going to be whether Jimmy Garoppolo will clear the protocol. Are you going to start Aiden O'Connell again if he doesn't? Should Aiden O'Connell play versus Jimmy Garoppolo even if Garoppolo is ready? Devontae Adams is facing his former team. Who will be the better quarterback? A young Jordan Love or Jimmy Garoppolo? or a young Jordan Love or Aiden O'Connell or Brian Hoyer. The team does not have the ability to get better. They're having to fight fires every week, whether it be Chandler Jones, whether it be controversies that are made from our head coach and our supposed leader. We're fighting ourselves every week. Then we go into the game. Then we have to fight decision making, fight the refs. Then we got to fight the post-game reviews. The Raiders need to have fun. And it's no fun when you're losing. And I'm just going to say it for the last time today, and then I'm getting out of here. They need to figure out a way to have fun. They need to get rid of this pressure that is on them. They need to turn off their social media. They need to do something team building. They need to do something. A change needs to be made. Aiden O'Connell should be named the backup to whatever. Should officially be named the backup. Josh McDaniels needs to apologize for everything and then start making the game fun and the week fun for them. He doesn't need to be as hard as, because they will still fight for Josh McDaniels if they start to love him. Because they fought for him early on and it wasn't working with his coaching. Now they're souring. Now they're fighting a little bit less. They're still fighting, but they're fighting a little bit less. Now, if that's not working, you got to show love. Sometimes they fight for love and respect. And sometimes you can turn a team around by getting rid of the pressure. You know, they have to drill a thing in your head to get rid of the pressure in your head. They need to drill a hole into the Raiders, and they need to do something different. And he needs to start benching some players just to do it and say, hey, Colton Miller, what happened? Colton Miller's on his last year. He's in a contract year. I know Colton Miller wants to play good. That's why he played bad against Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack practiced with Colton Miller for many years, knows every trick in the book to beat Colton Miller. Yeah, they moved Khalil Mack back and forth, but he knew every trick. And Colton Miller, in my opinion, from his rookie year, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller in weight and stature every year. Then again, we get rid of all our offensive linemen that are big and built, 300 pounds, because Josh McDaniels wants offensive linemen to move. To move. Not to stand there and be still and block. He wants them to move. That's why he brought in and got rid of all these big players. He wanted athletic linemen. That ain't working out so good in year 2. Oh, last year was so good versus the rush. It wasn't that good versus the pass blocking. This year, it's the opposite on both ends. It ain't good in the pass blocking. It ain't good in in the run blocking. That means they gave up. Or they're coaching different. Something's happening. But again, I don't want benchings to start. That'll mean that Josh McDaniels is holding other people accountable when they played just as good last year and they have it in them. If they start benching people like they did with the other quarterback, it is just a recipe for disaster. I don't care about the money that might be owed to an injured player or not. That's ridiculous. You would think even if he got injured last year, he still deserved that money of the contract guaranteed for his legacy or whatever he tried to give the team. You can't start benching people. You can't. You got to start praising them and coaching them better. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. For Raider Rob, Bo Evans, Schick with it, Frank Raider, Moscato, Wiggly Sticks. I love y'all. I'm getting out of here. I got Monday Night Football. I got a very big fantasy football matchup in my $500 league to win like I think it's $5,000 that Lord knows I need. And I don't know how I came up with the $500, but I'm the commissioner as well. So, but so I didn't technically have to pay it, but I am gonna have to pay the winners if I don't win, and I don't know where that money gonna come from. That's not a good way to be a commissioner. Trust me, I know. But I'm 2-1 in this league, and I'm down by like 24 points. And I have Tyler Lockett and Darren Waller. And he has the Seattle defense. I was down by 38 or 40, and I had Patrick Mahomes. Y'all don't like it. I understand it, whatever. But I had Patrick Mahomes. So I thought by today's game, since I was down by like 40, I thought I'd be down by like 15 or 10 or 20 at most. But I'm still down by 24 because Patrick Mahomes didn't play so great. So I'm down by like 24 with Tyler Lockett and Darren Waller. So I need at least a 20-point game from Tyler Lockett and a 15-point game from Darren Waller. Or I need a 25-point game from Tyler Lockett and a 10-point game from Darren Waller. But that'll bring me back into the lead. But he has the Seattle defense. So you got to be honest. Their defense might score anywhere between 1 point and 8 points. I don't expect more than 8. So you figure my lead is probably 31. I mean, my deficit. My deficit is 31. So I'm going to give his defense 7 points for the game. So I need 31 points to probably win. So I need 15 or 16 points from each of my players, or vice versa, 20 from one, 25 from one, with Tyler Lockett and Darren Waller. You guys let me know, can I do it? Will I do it? I need that victory. I love fantasy football. It's one of the only things I got to root for besides my Raiders in my life, and I love it. Oh, Raider Rob's like 5K. Yep. We have 12 players in that league, and it's $500 each. So the grand prize is $5,000 to first place and $1,000 to second. So, and I'm like in 5th place right now with a 2-1 record. Do you think I can do it with Tyler Lockett and Darren Waller? Tacos for life for 5K. Maybe the Jack in the Box tacos. Regular tacos back in the days used to be like 50 cents, right? Then they became $1. And I was like, all right, dollar tacos. Now, they still have dollar tacos, but they're not even worth $1. They're crap. They're small. And the real regular tacos that back in the day were like 75 cents are now $3 to $4 to $5. So I don't know how many tacos for life I can get with that 5K. And I got my Raider fantasy football leagues. I think I'm 2-1 in most of those leagues. And I lost in both of those leagues this week. I should bring it up on screen, man. Talk about it for 10 minutes. I just don't want nobody to see passcodes or anything in case I do it. Oh, I can't bring it up on this screen. That's right. It doesn't work with fantasy on this browser. I'm sorry, guys. All right, I'm done for the day, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, listening to me rant for a couple hours. I hope you found some truth, some words that might make you feel a little bit better. Stop giving your all to this team. Keep rooting them on. Keep hoping for the best, but stop giving them your health, your life, your desire. And yeah, the Raiders suck. And I don't see a good outcome in the future. I don't. I'll have a positive outcome for 5 years from now, maybe. But in the immediate future, I don't see nothing. I even see Mark Davis not owning the team. So you guys can call me a negative Raider fan. I'm not a real Raider, whatever the hell you want to call me. I'm tired of listening to your insults. I'm done. It's ridiculous. Everybody tries to control everybody within Raider Nation. You can't control. You can't control. That's a problem with Josh McDaniels. He's trying to make the team better by squeezing harder. I'm going to squeeze them harder and get the most out of them. I'm going to squeeze them harder. I'm going to yell at Aiden O'Connell after a play. I'm going to squeeze him harder because I'm going to bring out the goodness in him. Nah. You got to let off on the squeezing, and you got to add some intelligence, and you got to add some skills to their ability. Stop squeezing. Except when you're masturbating. I'm Mikey Raider. Stick with it. Raider Rob, Steven, Aaron Ward. I love y'all. God bless you. Enjoy Monday Night Football. And I will see you in another video soon. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm giving you a Raider Nation salute because I love you. And a preview of next week's Monday Night Football game, I'll give you that in a couple of days. But I'm going to let you know this one thing. We're officially going to break, or we're officially going to start on Monday night publicly in front of the whole world. What will it be? What will it be? We all know we have a home game. I mean, we have an away game at home. We have an away home game. It's not a home away game. It's an away home game. It's going to be interesting. I honestly hope Jimmy Garoppolo plays. I'm just tired of the controversy. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But I'm praying it gets better instead of worse. All right. Too many thoughts in my head. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Mikey Raider. God bless. Take care. David Money, Bo Evans, what's up? Stick with it. Aaron Ward, Frankie, I love y'all. Goodbye.